R.I.P. Pop Smoke, man. I respect for sure, Pop Smoke. My opinion, the king of popular drill music in New York. He was well on his way. He had too many, avenues of friendship and everything, and I mean, it sucks. The last album was called, if I'm not mistaken, it's called Fate. And this album, what I liked about it, this is the second post on this album, and at the end of the day, they did it two different styles. They did one that was like, okay, it was an album that was already supposed to be done, and this was actually more of a memorial of an album in its own way. You do get that vibe of missing him rather than just listen to an album, which actually puts you in that place of like, okay, this is actually to mourn him rather than just, it's a mourn / celebrate album rather than an incomplete album. This was a couple weeks, maybe months before he was in the hip hop game assassinated. And man, it was fire, dude. It just kind of make you shake your head the whole time you're listening to it. Like, this is what we lost. You know what I'm saying? It happens too common, happens too often, and they get lost to the grave of the cage. And it's like, but back to the positive note, I do respect that it was fucking fire, man. There's not a track that you really want to skip. If you do, you're missing out. To me, it is indeed the late summer album for sure.
Right on, man. Salute to Pop Smoke. I personally have not yet listened to the album, but I definitely intend to. So appreciate you Black Peace putting us up on game on that. Sean is a real quick shout out the Houston artist that you was talking about before we started the podcast, so we can have you on record giving him his credit.
Hey man, shout out to Jeremy Gas Gang, representing the East, man. He the next big shit coming out of Houston. Co-signed by Lil Baby a couple years back. Just dropped a mixtape featuring ESTG, upcoming rapper from Louisville, who also played linebacker at SFA. Fun fact. Also has features from Big 30, artist from Memphis that is notorious for rapping with Pooh Shiesty, Free Shiesty, and then countless of other features of some mainstream artists today. But yeah, man, you heard it here. Probably not even first, but definitely the next big thing coming out of Houston in regards to that young generation popping off. So shout out to
Sean Hart. You dropped some big names on that player. ESG, is, I'm not mistaken, as the #1 album on Apple Music right now. And then of course, Pooh Shiesty. Damn, that's
he ain't got Shiesty on there, but he does have Big 30, and he also has 42 Dugg on the album as well. So it's some heavy hitters on there that's making a splash in today's music. So shout out to Lil Jeremy for sure. But one thing I do respect, or I'm respecting about the game this week, is I'm gonna respect our fellow allies within the UN. That's the United Nations, for our people that don't keep up with world events, and that would be Jacques Reville, France. Man, I'm gonna respect France, man, because they beat the USA, man, in our first game that really counted, man. And Evan Fournier had a sound clip, and he summarized it best, man. Individually, they're way better than us, but as a team, they can be beat, they can be had, and it definitely went to show, our chemistry was definitely lacking, as opposed to maybe, certain countries that have been used to playing with each other for longer, especially due to the fact that COVID has extended the season. 9 times out of 10, we would have already been practicing probably maybe a month and a half in advance if this was under regular circumstances. But hey, man, an L is an L nonetheless. And, USA, we got to tighten up.
They are playing with a lot of leaders on the USA team. There's not a lot of role players on that USA team, even though they're great players.
I ain't trying to hear that, man. In 2010, 2012, we was rolling out some shit, Pat.
But look at the players that were there. They were winners, but yet role player-esque.
No, sir. Carmelo Anthony, Chris Paul, Kobe Bryant, LeBron
absolutely.
James,
Look at what you just said. Look at the people that you said. And the style of play they played.
They're just players who bought into a role and bought into, hey, I got to take a step back. I can't be, quote unquote, the man on this team. The only person who could probably assume the alpha dog on that team is probably one Kobe Bean Bryant, rest his soul, and probably LeBron James, bro. Those are the probably only two people that, you know, can really assume that position as a true alpha amongst other alphas. So I don't want to hear the excuse that, you know, because they got a lot of big names that people aren't buying into a role. I think it's more so, and it's also come out that they aren't really sold on Popovich's Spurs system that he's trying to implement on Team USA. Other players think that there's another style and a better way to kind of play basketball. But shout out to France, though. I don't even want to make this about the United States. We got beat, bro. So shout out to France. I'm respecting them.